Hi there, welcome to another grade 3 cooking challenge. Well, we've been learning about Australia, and so what we're going to do, I'm going to cook a burger because Australians love barbecues. Okay, now I'm going to kind of do it in a healthy way, and remember how we made the bread before. So I've cooked these already just about 5 minutes ago, and I'm going to reheat these at the end. Remember those flatbreads that we made before, so we can make it a little bit healthier. So I'm going to put them over here on a plate. I'll just put them on a plate. So they just cooked about 5-10 minutes ago. So I'll just get a little bowl here, put them in a bowl. Okay, right, there we go. Put that there, like that. Right, so what we're going to do to make the burger, well, you can use pork, beef, chicken, anything. Okay, what I've done, I've got my meat here, I've chopped it up. Now, what meat is it? Well, when it comes to making burgers, what I really like to do is I really like to get a nice flavour from sausage, and this is like well, pork. It's got a nice chorizo in there. It's an Italian sausage, so you get a lot of flavour. So take and cut off the skin, make sure it all goes off, put that away. You don't want that, you want this. So what you do when you have it on here, you chop it all finely. Okay, so we chop it like that, hand on top. Just go really quick, and it's really nice. Okay, and you don't want any big bits in there. So like I say, make sure it's all out. Make sure it's all out. Okay, somebody trying to ring. Right, so there we go. Keep that going. Now when we do it like that, put it in there. We've got it in there. So we put it in the tin. Okay, next. Okay, next we've got, so there we've got in there our sausage, some onions in there, put some onions in before. Let's give this a quick wash down. Okay, I'll just give this a quick wash. Okay, turn that round. There we go. Right, and get our onions in. Okay, so it's really quick. The burger should take about 2 minutes on each side. Okay, so make sure you don't want the thick skin on it really, because it can be thick, so make sure you just peel that off carefully like that. Oh. Okay, and then we'll just chuck that over there, in there. Okay, now slice it in half, hands down, over, so you don't cut, like that. Okay, thinner the better, really, thinner the better. Okay, like that. Then we'll do it like that. Then we're going to do dices. Now I will do a masterclass on dices if you're not sure. Even if you don't cut them properly, I'll show you a quick trick. Okay, so we do it like that. Just do it like that, and then all what you can do, okay, like I say, just go over like that. Keep going over like that until you get really, okay, dicey bits. Okay, like that, and just hold them carefully. And the thinner, the better. The smaller, the better. Okay, right. And let's start. Turn that on a bit so it's slightly warmed up. But let's put some oil in. So we'll put some oil in there. So what we're going to put in there? Good question. So we need to put our onions. Now, just make sure these onions, I'm just going to do one more time. So, don't want them too big. You can use a blender, so, sorry, you can use one of these, yeah, to really, you grate it down if you wanted to. Okay, now, it doesn't really matter, I'm going to throw that in there now. Okay, right, so, they're in there. That's, okay, right. Now, what I'm going to do in there, you can use your hands here, but I'm going to put some rosemary in. So before I do that, let's take these off. What the best way of doing rosemary is do it like that, and if you pull down, they all come off easily, hopefully, like that. Okay, so they all come down easily, and do that. Oh, turn that off. That's a bit hot, so we don't want it too hot. And then, like I say, you can put more rosemary in there. You can use parsley if you want, and again, put your hand on top, and that will just add a bit more flavour. You can add a lot more in there if you want. Right, now, this is another thing you can do. Get your egg, crack it, but we want to keep the yolk, the yellow part. So the best way of doing that is, if we do it like this, is keep it in the shell and just pour it carefully and make sure it doesn't fall out. Pour it like that, pour it like that. Use your hand then, like that, but you will need to wash your hand, okay, after straight away. So we put that in there. Okay, now that's basically it. Okay, so now we're going to put all that away, and And let's get mixing. So make sure you wash your hands, dry them, okay? And I'm going to mix it around like that. Oh yeah. And then, okay, you can really, like I say, now these onions might be too big for you, that's okay, you can cut them smaller. You don't need to use your own onions, okay? You can use breadcrumbs as well, so breadcrumbs are really, really good. Now what you could do, you could leave these in the fridge with cling film if you wanted to, but we're not going to do that today. So make sure they're spaced out. Okay, so we'll do that like that. Now I'm just going to, now if it breaks, just keep it close like that. So let's start that again. So let's wash my hands here. Always keep washing your hands when you're touching meat. You've got to keep washing your hands. So here we go. So I'm going to put now, what I'll do, let's put this on. So we're going to go in now with this, and hopefully it will all stick. Just keep pushing it, just keep it circular like that, okay? Right, so let's put that on, and that is going in there. Now, best way of doing it is, don't touch it. So what I would say is there, just don't try to move it, try and push it in a bit closer with what I'm doing, okay? Like that. Now obviously the thicker, the longer it will take, okay? So as you're doing that, you can start to tidy up if it's messy. Carlo has taught me how to be tidy, so I have been tidy recently and he's been much happier. And at the moment he's living with me because he can't go back to Italy because of the coronavirus, so he's living with me at the moment, is Carlo. So he's really showing me how to be nice and clean. There we go. So whilst that's cooking, wipe down everything, okay? Now what I'm going to put in after that, you need your lettuce and your tomatoes. So as this starts to cook, we'll tie up now, because if you tie up now, you don't have to tie up after you've had your food, okay? So pick those up there, put them away, wash your hands again, right? And now let's see, wipe this, okay? That's good. Right, so now whilst that's cooking, oh yeah, look at that. So turn it up a bit, and now, yes. So like I say, let's just leave that. If I think that's going to break, just cook it, leave it cooking, don't touch it, okay? You can push it down a bit like that so it's firm. Okay, right, whilst that's cooking, let's get all the other, now what I'm going to put on mine is, I'm going to put a slice of tomato, slightly thick, okay? So that's my tomato, and I'm going to get some cheese. Now you can use different cheeses. I'm going to use sheets of cheese with this as well, okay? Now a good way of getting cheese, if you don't have a grater, a good way sometimes is just grating it like that, okay? That's a really good way of just spreading it, okay? And so by having all this ready, it should be really good, okay? So we've got different cheeses. You can choose cheese, you don't have to put cheese on, that's your choice. So we'll just do that. Look at that, oh cheese. So this is going to be like a cheeseburger, and we've got the lettuce as well, so we'll talk about the lettuce in a minute. That's cooking really good. You've got to be very careful with meat to make sure it's cooked, okay? So let's see what this is like. Oh, now it is breaking a bit, so maybe, oh there we go. Now, that's not too bad. If it breaks, it doesn't matter. Not every burger is going to be great or amazing, okay? So there we go, put that in there like that. Maybe you could probably use breadcrumbs. It might have been too wet. Not everything's perfect, so we will do another time to see if we can make it better. Now what I'm going to do whilst that's cooking, I've also got lettuce, so make sure it's washed, because I've washed it 2 or 3 times. Just make sure, okay? And then I'm just going to rip that, and I'll rip a bit of that. Wash it 2 or 3 times. I've washed it 2 or 3 times. So this is a really healthy burger really, and we've made everything. So that's the cheese ready and everything there. We can put that in there, okay? Then we've got our plate. So like I say, we've got the bread ready. You can start to plate this up now. So whilst this is ready, we have got the bottom there. We want a bit of lettuce on the bottom, okay? Like that. We want 1 tomato, there we go, on there. And on the top we'll put the burger. Now, when it's ready, and like I say, I will cook a better version, but as you can see, not every time it's perfect or really good. So we'll turn it around one more time, like that. Okay. There we go. And then what we will do, and just taste it, have a taste. I say, so this burger, it's okay, but I'm going to make it another time. That meat. So, if you put your cheese on now, that will start to melt a bit. Okay, the heat from the pan will start to melt it. This is really good. So, you can buy pork if you want, or you can buy beef. Make sure this doesn't melt, always keep it on top. I prefer buying flavoured sausages because it's a nice meat. Very tasty. That. The cheese is now melting. So we put that, oh, that's broken off, that's okay. We pour that on there slowly. Make sure you turn your gas off. Yeah. Alright, so let's turn that off. Put that over here. Don't forget that part. Okay, so we'll put that there. Put that over there on that. Then we can put that cheese, that tomato on top. Where was that tomato? It was there. There we go, so we'll leave that there. Put that tomato on top. Put a bit of lettuce on top. And our final bit on top. And these are what we've made before. So there we have, and let's make it really, really pretty. That is your own burger made. Okay, and you can put anything with that. Barbecue sauce, anything your choice, but look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. So, can you do the challenge? Go on, Grade Free. Bye bye.